Radio Rahim with Oscar De La Hoya. You know, I was standing here a few minutes ago and realizing it's been almost 10 years since I was here with Canelo. It's about the same turnout.
Yeah. Right.
He was about a little bit further along in his career than Ryan is, but it made me consider how close you are now to being as long a professional promoter as you were a professional boxer. What have you experienced since we were here with Canelo 10 years ago as a promoter that has informed you about the business and how you might carry forward with Ryan differently, if there is any differences you would do, than how you did with Canelo from that point?
Look, I think there really is no difference. The difference is now, I mean, with social media, it's a whole different animal, you know. Back when I started the company in 2001, you know, you have your linear TV who, you know, you push the fight through, and you have your newspapers, and, you know, now it's these kids are using the social media platforms to sell tickets, to promote their fights. So you have to approach it a little different, but it's basically the same. You have to still organize the event. You have to you know, deal with the commissions. You have to deal with the venues, the sponsors, this, that, the activations on a national level. So it's still a lot of work. It's still a lot of fun. I would say the difference is, the social media platforms. I mean, it's become, I guess it's brought the world together that much closer, you know. So it's been a fun ride.
And what about the way you deal with your fighters? At the time, you were kind of fresh off of your own career, learning what it was like to be responsible for other fighters and guide their path, keeping that relationship going. How do you maintain a positive relationship with your fighters and be in the role of promoter, understanding what the mentality of a fighter is?
Well, I mean, that's the difference, is that I was a fighter myself, and so I know what fighters go through. I know what fighters want, what they like, that. So it's just an understanding, you know, of what I know, of what I have. So that's the advantage that we have, is that I was a fighter. So, and there he is.
Wait, Oscar. The reason.
The main man. What's up?
Good job on Katie.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Sí, estamos en un entrenamiento de prensa con Ryan y con Oscar.
So obviously in this past year, there's been a lot of conversation about your relationship with Ryan, your relationship with Canelo, your ability to maintain a friendship and a positive business relationship. Where have the hiccups been? Are there things you would have done differently looking back with how you handled your fighters personally?
No, we do everything. We do everything by the book. We do everything, you know, the way it should be. But it's like a family. I mean, if you're gonna have your little rifts and, you know, little issues and this and that, but at the end of the day, it's still family.
How do you guide Canelo's career going forward? One thing that is different between you and he, it seems like his ability to gain weight and lose weight rapidly from fight to fight is almost unheard of. It certainly wasn't that way when you were fighting. Where does he campaign? Is Canelo a middleweight champion? Is he a super middleweight champion? Is he a light heavyweight champion?
Well, he did vacate the light heavyweight, so I'm not sure if he wants to stay at light heavyweight. We'll see. But I think that he has many options at 168. 160, just because of experience of me going up to 160, then coming back to 47. I don't know if it will maybe be a little difficult for him, but he has the option. And that's what's great about Canelo. He's not a tall guy. He's a wide guy. He has thick legs, thick neck. He knows how to cut weight. He knows how to train hard, be disciplined, and that's the advantage that he has, is that he's very disciplined. So, you know, he has the options.
Is that, in your opinion, the wise choice for him to campaign at 68?
I think 68 would be a nice move for him, but it all depends on his team. I mean, his team knows how his body feels, how his body works, and you know, so we'll see.
And before I let you go, this past weekend, obviously we saw Conor McGregor in the ring. There was so much discussion of how you felt about Mayweather and McGregor, and as soon as McGregor fought, Mayweather's tweeting and posting, and then so's Pacquiao, and they're talking about a possible matchup, both guys. What is your opinion now after that whole thing has happened, just seeing McGregor back in a boxing ring? Is that something you would support this time around?
No, I think look, the sport's different. Boxing is boxing, and MMA is MMA. I think both should just stay separate and be, I mean, and kind of stay in your own lane, because if, for instance, McGregor fights Mayweather again, it's going to be the same story. I mean, so nothing changes, It's not that McGregor is good at what he does. He's great. But Mayweather's great at what he does as well. So I think everybody should just stay in their own lane.
Dana White's made much news about threatening to enter boxing. There's been talk about him working with Rahim and creating a boxing promotion company. You think that's a realistic goal? That's something that can happen? And what would you think of Dana White being a boxing promoter?
Yeah, I mean, I welcome anybody in boxing. It's good luck. It's not easy, but good luck. Yeah, I mean, the more the merrier. I mean, if we can have more characters in boxing like a Dana, then it's we welcome him with open arms.
Okay, and lastly, Oscar, obviously May, we're going to see Canelo. Everybody knows that. Given your druthers, you can make any fight possible for him. What would we see for Canelo on May 2nd?
There's so many options, and I would even hate to throw a name out there, because once you throw names out there, then they think that they're like the guy, and it's like the numbers go up drastically, and but he does have many options. I'll tell you one thing: Saunders is not the front runner, that's for sure. I have no idea who threw that name out there, but once we nail down who it's going to be, we'll have an announcement shortly. I have a trip to Mexico with Canelo and his team. We'll sit down. I'll stay there for a few days and iron out a deal, and then we'll take it from there.
Thank you for that time. Radio Rahim with the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya.